Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to discuss about the concept of data abstraction. In the last class, I have discussed data abstraction through the method of abstract class. But now I will discuss it through the method of interface. Now in abstract class, there were concrete as well as abstract method. Concrete method means the methods that were defined and hence object could be created in concrete method. But abstract methods referred to those methods which had no body and which were not defined, it was only declared. So this was the case of abstract class. But in case of interface, only abstract methods are prevalent. There, the abstract methods would always be within abstract class. Hence, to make the class abstract, we use the keyword abstract. Abstract methods declared in the parent class must be defined in the child class. Child class creates the object to access the abstract methods of abstract parent class. This is similar to interface also, which we will discuss later. There are certain additional points also in abstract class. That is, abstract class can have constructors. Constructors are called when an object of inherited class is created. An abstract class can have final method. In case of final methods, methods cannot be overridden. Now, I will discuss you about the interface. Now, till now we have learned about the abstraction through the process of abstract class. But the abstraction through or with the help of interfaces provides 100% abstraction. So these are the characteristics of interface. Interface represents is a relationship. Interface can achieve 100% abstraction. Interface can achieve loose coupling, and interface have abstract methods and variables. Interface supports multiple inheritance, which is one of the advantage of interface. The syntax of interface is interface, interface name, then we declare the abstract methods and the fields. The fields should have a value. These things will be discussed in detail when we solve a problem in IntelliJ IDEA. We have now learned about the interface method, abstraction through interface method. Now we have seen that when the various implementations do not share common behavior and share only the method signature, then only we use the interface method. Now let me explain it practically in IntelliJ IDEA. First, we select the project. Then we click on New Project. Then we see whether Java is there. Then we will see whether the corridor 11 is there and we will click on Next. After that, we will click on the Create Project from Template and we will click on Next. Then we have to create a folder in order to save the files. So how do we do it? We click on the option here with three dots and then whatever folder we want to create, we will click on this new folder and we will write the name. That is test. But test is present, so it is displaying that a folder with the name test already exists. So what we will do, then we will create another folder named test2, then we will click on OK. After that, what we will do, then we will click on OK and we have to give a name for the project. As it is dealing with interface, we are writing interface. Okay, then we click on finish. So whenever we are finishing it, the compiler, it creates a main method for us. Now we have to create a interface. So how do we create an interface? Let's see. Then we will click on test, we will go to SRC, we will click on SRC, we will select new, we will go to Java class and here we will select the interface, we will give a name. Let it be dance tool. Okay. After that, we will click. So here we are seeing that the interface is created with the keyword interface and followed by the interface name and it is public by default. Now in interface we can have methods as well as variables. Suppose we want to declare certain variables, then what we will do? Like in the dance school, there are many students. So number of students, it is of integer type. This we will explain it more clearly when we will do the programming in the next videos. So I will write here int number of students. Number of students. So this is a variable name which is of integer type. Now we have to assign some value in interface at the beginning only we have to assign some value, otherwise it will show errors. So let us see, if we write only semicolon, then error is displayed. So we are assigning some value, like 50 students are there. Now if we do this, then no error will be displayed. If I declare any variable inside interface, then it will be public, static and final by default. So if we write here also public, there will be no error. If we write static, then also there will be no error. And if we write final, then also there will be no error. But instead of these three keywords, if we write protected, then the compiler will show error. So we can say that the variables declared under interface are public, static and final. Whether we write or not, it doesn't matter for the compiler to understand. Next, here we are now not declaring any variable. We know that whenever we are writing an interface, the interface has an abstract method. So that method cannot be defined, but only can be declared. So let us declare an abstract method. Let us write void abstract method is exhibit. Okay. So the definition cannot be made. So the body is replaced by semicolon signature. Then what we will do? We were seeing that the methods are always abstract and public by default. If we write here public, then also no error is shown. Similarly, if we write here abstract, then also you cannot see any errors. But if some other like if I use some other keyword like protected, then it will display error. So in interface, methods by default are abstract and public. Interface methods are not private or protected. But these rules are applicable up to version 8 of Java. For Java 8, we can create concrete methods with default keyword. So, we had told earlier that interface do not contain any concrete method. But in Java 8, it is shown that concrete methods can be prepared using the default keyword as access modifier. Now let us see whether it's possible or not. So this is Java 8. We are preparing a concrete method like void show system dot out dot println. Then we write anything. Uh, this is concrete method. We have written this, and then we are seeing that error is displayed. Now if I add here default, throw is the method. So here no error will be displayed. So in Java 8, we can create concrete methods with the default keyword as access modifier. Now, in Java 8, we can also create another type of method, that is static method, by using the public keyword. Okay. For example, let me show public static void show. Let it be anything, but there no error is displayed. So we can also create static method by using the public keyword as access modifier. Now in Java 9, we can also create private methods within interface. Now, after declaring the method exhibit, we have declared, now this I am deleting it. We have declared this method. It must be defined somewhere to access the functions. So interface needs to be extended, or a class has to be created which will create object to access the methods of parent class. We cannot use interface directly as there is no utility for a method which is declared only. So we have to create a class that will get or inherit the properties of the abstract methods of interface. Now we will again go to SRC. We will click on it. We will click on new we will select the Java class. We will give a name. Let the name of the method be let it be any name we are giving, like teacher. Okay, we have given the name teacher. So teacher is what? It is a class. Now it will inherit from the methods, abstract methods of what? Abstract methods of interface. So we will have to use the keyword implements. Implements from where? Down school. But as soon as we write down school, it will show error. Why? It is showing error because we know that the child class has always to define the abstract class of the interface. It has not defined yet, hence it is showing the red sign. Now we will define it. Okay, so we will write void void public void exhibit. So we are writing the public void exhibit. If we have written only void exhibit, then it would have shown errors because we are overriding it. The question of method overriding comes here. Void exhibit. This is also in the interface with the same name, and in this class also exhibit is there. So, and they are related, means the class is inheriting the properties of the interface. Hence, it is related to method overriding. And hence, when method overrides, child class methods have same or higher access modifier. Hence, we should add public before void exhibit. So we have added public. So system dot out dot println this is a dance class. This is a dance school. Okay. So we have define the method. Now, after that, we have to create objects in order to access the methods of the interface, the abstract methods of the interface. So we will go to main.java. There we will write here, as we cannot create objects of interface, hence we will create the object of child class. Here child class is teacher. Okay. Then object reference obj is equal to, we are creating the object new, then the child class. Then after creating object, we can call the method exhibit. How? With the reference created. So object dot exhibit. So as we cannot create object of abstract class and interface, so we created object of child class. Here child class is the teacher. So this is all about the interface. Now let us see the output. So we will run the program. The program is, compiler is working, and see the output is, this is the dance school. So it is perfectly correct. Now after this program, we will show that a class can inherit multiple interfaces. In the abstract class method, we have seen that a class cannot inherit multiple classes. That is, a single class cannot inherit the methods of multiple abstract classes, as Java does not support multiple inheritance. This is not supported by Java due to ambiguity. So to make Java support multiple inheritance, we use interface. Now let me explain you with the help of example. But before that, we must know that an interface can extend any interface but cannot implement it. A class can, on the other hand, can implement any number of interfaces. Now, again, we must also have this idea that if there are two or more methods into interface and a class implements both interfaces, then implementation of the method once is not enough. It has to be implemented twice. And a class cannot implement two interfaces that have methods with same name but different return type. Now let me show the example. Here what we have done here, this is an interface known as dance school. Here the abstract method is exhibit. Here teacher, we have to create another interface. So how do we create another interface? We will again go to SRC. We will click on new we will click to Java class, and then we will create another interface. Let it be martial arts. Martial art school. So this is another interface which is created. Now after that, after creating the interface, we know that all interfaces have certain abstract methods, so we have to declare the methods. So how we will declare? We will write public void what method name, like show, but we have to declare the method, not define it, because it's an interface. So we are not using this keyword, and we are just doing this semicolon. So we have declared it. Now this declaration, it has to be defined. So here it was implemented dance school. Now we will write it implements also martial arts school. Okay. As we have not defined the method of martial arts school, so error is displayed. Now we will define it. So public, we will write void, then show. Let me see, my is show. So the show has to be defined. So system dot out dot println. Okay, then we will write anything, we will write it like this is a martial art school. Okay, so we have written. Now we will go to the main program. Here we have already called the method exhibit. Here we have already called the method exhibit. Here again we will call the method show. One object dot show. Now let us run the program. So compiling is going on, and see the output is this is a dance school from the interface dance school.java, and this is martial arts school. It is from the interface martial art martial arts school. So Thus, we can conclude that interface supports multiple inheritance. So, in order to achieve multiple inheritance in abstraction, we use the interface process.